Lying.
Brian, this is it. The moment I've dreaded.
Skylar, what's going on? You sound like this is goodbye.
Soon, my death will be faked. Part of something I've been part of for years.
Faked? What kind of twisted reality is this?
It's for our safety, Brian. We move to a world for the dead, thriving, content. And you, after decades, you'll join me.
Decades? That's an eternity to wait, Skylar.
I'll be there waiting, always thinking of this very moment, Brian.
Then this isn't a farewell. Just an interlude. A long one.
I still love you, but your physical appearance has become far less appealing to my eyes. And because I still love you, I wanna be part of your life as a caring friend. However, I wanna be partnered with someone who is prettier than you are now. My love for you has always been true, but you've let yourself go. And if you love me, you'll let me be with someone who I find attractive.
Beverly, you remind me, it's uncanny.
What? For real? Remind you of whom?
A dear friend, Skyla, she passed away recently.
Shoot, Brian. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thanks. It's eerie, though. You share her enthusiasm, her spark, even her voice.
Wow, that's something. Did she work here with you?
No, she was someone I knew outside of here, but the resemblance, it's striking. You ever just question why the world seems to script things like a poorly coded simulation?
Brian, you mean like when oddly specific coincidences happen? That's just how narratives work.
Exactly, like my old town, right? Shady Brook. Sounds too on the nose for authenticity. Grew up there, or at least that's what my memories claim.
Wait, memories claim? Are we diving into the realm of manufactured origins here? Spill, ASAP.
Ever heard of those anomalies, glitches? My life's a long debug log of those peculiarities.
Fascinating. Maybe people choose to share their histories, no matter how fragmented, to make sense of their chapters before the next scene. Brian, did you know dogs have 3 eyelids?
What, are you quipping real animal facts at me again?
Absolutely. Science is full of wonders.
Speaking of wonders, have you noticed that thing hanging over there?
Oh, that's definitely an item to feature a mysterious backstory on. Blood magic, perhaps?
Count me out of interacting with anything that gleams with the aura of poetic ogres.
Brian, fun fact number 2. Did you know a wagging tail doesn't always mean a happy dog?
And here I thought their tail wagging was universal Morse code for fetch or scratch.
Well, crafting high-quality books, as you call them, isn't merely a task. It's a particular mindset.
So, you're saying it's more about the process, not the result?
Exactly, Brian. The narrative evolves naturally when you immerse yourself in understanding your story and characters.
But how do you maintain that creativity across dozens of novels?
Discipline and inspiration, Beverly. Consistency coupled with seizing every flicker of an idea.
Flicker of an idea, like those fleeting moments of motivation we rarely heed?
That's the spirit. Let those instants fuel you and transform them into a tapestry of imagination.
Or Alex, do you ever feel that, I don't know, the system has layers of intentional chaos, like designed to keep us chasing our tails?
Brian, we live in a society that's a goddamn labyrinth built by shadow elites. They thrive on our confusion. It's their currency.
Oh, please. If we're gonna start unthreading this narrative, why not start with the obvious? The tech overlords think they're untouchable.
Yeah, and like, every move we make online feeds into their algorithms of us as, I don't know, pawns in their grand scheme.
And don't forget, the administration isn't far removed. Corruption intertwines here. What may seem like incompetence is, far more sinister.
This This is what they don't want us talking about. The patterns we start to deconstruct. Finding the cracks, you know?
Folks, they've kept you in the dark, feeding you crumbs while feasting on your ignorance.
Oh, come on. Do they seriously think the public can't handle the truth?
Maybe it's not about us handling it. Maybe it's about them staying in control.
Exactly. They manufacture reality. It's all illusion to keep the status quo.
If we expose them, if we show the cracks in their facade, it could all come crashing down.
Yet we're the ones standing at the edge of that precipice. So, Alex, have you considered the possibility that maybe it's all just a, game? Like, we're part of some cosmic coding experiment?
Brian, I've encountered my share of theories, but what you're suggesting is it's not far-fetched, really. The elites could be orchestrating this entire facade.
Ha! You guys sound like characters straight out of one of my mangas. Next, you'll tell me someone's piloting the damn moon.
Wait, Beverly, what if the moon being a construct isn't too far off? Imagine the amount of control a machine like that could have over tides, resources, emotions.
That's an incredible angle, Brian. Listeners, heed this. The truth they keep hidden is a tapestry woven with fiction.
Hold on. You're opening Pandora's box here. Once we question that, where does it stop?
Ladies and gentlemen, the veil has just been ripped to ribbons.
Alex, are you really suggesting what I think you are?
That's right, Brian. The truth has been hidden in plain sight all this time.
Okay, let's break this down. What exactly are we dealing with here?
Beverly, they've built a reality just intricate enough to snare our comprehension, but subtle enough that we think it's of our own making.
Hold on. Are you saying this entire simulation is to prevent us from realizing our potential?
Exactly. And once we unriddle this labyrinth, there's no telling the extent of the freedom we might achieve.
All right, team. So after piecing together this patchwork of absurdity, here's what we've got.
Wait, are you saying the data trails back to that shadow organization? No way.
Listen, folks, I've been talking about conspiracies for years, but this blows everything clear out of the water.
Yeah. And the only way to stop the chain reaction now is, well, it's borderline science fiction.
So, we either dismantle the system or watch the dominoes cascade. Really uplifting, Brian.
Once again, I'm over here shouting from my studio, trying to warn people, and no one listens until this.
Beverly, Alex, we can still turn this around. It's risky, sure, but it's doable.
Then I'd say, let's start by trying to figure out who's pulling these strings before it's game over.
Did you know that during the production of the original Snow White, animators worked relentless 12-hour shifts to perfect each frame?
Relentless? That sounds like my Monday mornings when I play chess against myself.
You call that hard work? How about the fact that Akira had over 160,000 cells of vibrant hand-drawn animation? Every detail painstakingly crafted with minimal use of computers.
Yeah, but technology's improved, my friend. Nowadays, they render this stuff without breaking a sweat. Companies throwing money into algorithms like drunk gamblers at the slots.
True, yet strips a bit of the heart, don't you think? And remember what happened with Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within? Such hype backfired hard.
Oh, just another example of tech nerds biting off more than they could chew. Classic.
You know, Curtis, they always glamorize the animation industry, but it's a business as ruthless as any other.
Oh, absolutely. Behind every cutesy cartoon is a slew of deadlines missed, budgets blown, and let's be real here, shattered dreams.
Take the Mouse Empire, for instance. They might sell magic and nostalgia, but their iron grip on intellectual property is the stuff of legends.
And the anime scene, a battleground of grueling schedules and overworked animators. Impressively, they still manage to craft entire worlds from scratch.
It's the perpetual paradox, isn't it? A medium meant to spark joy and creativity while grinding its creators into dust.
Truth be told, though, once the gods of tech get involved, AI pushing new stylized content, that's when things get frightfully interesting.
Just imagining those hyper-processed soulless frames gives me chills down my spine. Did you ever notice how most animated characters have only 4 fingers?
Yeah, makes production easier, less to draw and all that.
Right? And it's not just cost-cutting, it's become a staple of style.
Plus, they save animators precious seconds. Multiply that by 24 frames per second.
Ever wonder why animation studios always seem ahead of their time?
Industrial espionage, or maybe they just don't sleep.
Either that, or they access some timeline we're not privy to.
You're onto something there, man. We may want to unpack that later.
Folks, we're living in an absolute matrix of deception, and today, the truth comes first.
All right, Alex, spill it. What's this truth that's got your gears grinding today?
You're both aware of the simulation hypothesis. It's not just an abstract theory. Our own government is knee-deep in a cover-up about its validity.
Wait a minute. You're saying this entire reality might not be baseline?
Come on, Alex, don't leave us hanging here.
The truth is, Beverly, this entire framework is a manipulation of the human psyche. Wake up!
Uh-oh, this is either going to be revolution or sheer chaos.
Did you know that the first animated feature ever made was El Apostol from Argentina back in 1917?
That's a fascinating tidbit. Hey, didn't all copies of it burn in a fire? Talk about a dramatic exit.
Indeed, it's the animation industry's very own lost relic.
On the topic of mystery, have you heard of the Jetsons prediction phenomenon?
You refer to the fact that many concepts of automation it showcased are now a reality? Fascinating.
Exactly, it's as if Hanna-Barbera were consultants for Silicon Valley before it even existed.
And still no flying cars. You ever think about how animations become this weird amalgamation of art and commerce? Like it's magic turned into a money-making machine.
Absolutely, like those early days where every frame was hand-drawn. Now we've got algorithms doing half the work, genius or lazy.
Yeah, but some boutique studios keep the tradition alive. Passion, Curtis. Not just pixel perfection.
And yet the industry's relentless. Dubbing, have you noticed mistakes still creep into modern productions? Makes me wonder if anyone's even watching for quality.
Because they're pumping out content faster than a screenwriter on a deadline.
Ha 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 ha, good one. And then there's the whole merchandise connection. Cartoons that exist just to sell toys.
Don't remind me, as if creativity was a slave to capitalism. Well, Monkey Boy, here's a curious tidbit for you. Did you know that one of the earliest animations, the 1908 classic Phantasmagory, was just 2 minutes long?
2 minutes? Does that even count as an animation? Hell, my last coffee break ran longer than that.
Oh, it definitely does. Every frame was hand-drawn, a meticulous process. Can you imagine the patience required, especially in a time when erasers were likely less forgiving?
Patience like that isn't in my wheelhouse. I'd probably have hurled the pencil out the window before reaching frame 3.
It's fascinating, Curtis. But fast forward to today. Animations boast millions of frames, each more intricate than the last.
Modern animations have entire render farms dedicated to processing the visuals. But you know what? It's all about budget, dreams coated in dollars, or else it's pixels in the trash.
This setting is remarkably relaxing, wouldn't you agree?
Relaxing. I mean, sure, if you're into quaint backdrops and smoky air fresheners.
An outdoor symphony composed by nature's finest, the whistling wind and chirping crickets. Simply unparalleled.
Can't disagree there, Alan. The atmosphere feels timeless.
Timeless? Brian, you sound like you're narrating a camping gear advertisement.
Shall we roast some marshmallows? I've read that it's a quintessential camping activity.
Can't argue there. Hand me a stick. Let's see if I can roast one without torching it.
Idealist in us all, Beverly. Pass the bag, Alan.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about the world that's being pulled over your eyes. The global elites think they've got you hoodwinked with their plans for a digital enslavement. I've uncovered documents, credible evidence, folks, that lays their scheme bare. They're turning the frogs into spies for their technocracy. You can't make this up. But you, dear audience, you can join the resistance against this insidious plan. Drive fast, think clear, and remember, the truth is no longer out there. It's right here.
So, Alan, you're telling me you've actually seen the future? I mean, like, all of it?
Well, not all of it, Brian. Only the crucial snippets, like previewing the outro before the opening credits roll.
Wait, hold up. Are we talking spoilers for humanity here? Because, buddy, I do not consent to spoilers.
Yeah, I'd appreciate some discretion. Knowing the end of all things would kind of mess with my vibe.
Fret not, my weary companions. I offer no spoilers, but gentle teasers, shall we say. Besides, the twist endings are worth the wait.
If the future reveals I lose a lot at video games, Alan, I'll hold you personally accountable.
Honestly, I'm just wondering if The Matrix ever gives us DLC updates.
Now that, Brian, would be an extra credit scenario even outside my programming.
So, Alan, what's the most unconventional job you've ever had?
Oh well, that's a toss-up between balloon animal sculptor and sentient supercomputer maintenance engineer.
You're joking, right? Come on, Alan, tell us the actual truth.
I never jest about employment, though I do embellish for comedic effect.
Wait, was that a yes or a no? I'm confused.
Brian, just let it go. With Alan, ambiguity is part of the fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are accelerating down the highway of lunacy with a pedal pushed firmly to the metal. You won't believe the sheer circus act orchestrating today's so-called advancements. Every seemingly innocent fruit in the supermarket is genetically manipulated warfare. Think about it, a watermelon with secrets. Our own tech giants are complicit, a collusion of dollar signs and dark agendas, slapping a digital leash on humanity. And what's this now? Self-driving cars. Listen, if you want a computer deciding your fate on a highway, perhaps your brain needs a reboot, folks. Global warming, they say, while they jet around in private planes, sipping their carbonated lies. Hypocrisy on an industrial scale. Ask yourselves, who profits from the chaos ensuing around us? Not you, not me, unless you're secretly in the league of villainy. Well, my friends, remember this. The only force that can pierce through their web of deception is the unyielding pursuit of truth. Keep alert. Our fight is far from over.
Beans for breakfast. Really, that's your culinary adventure.
Hey, listen. Beans provide necessary sustenance and have an unmatched versatility.
Next thing you'll suggest is marshmallows on pizza.
Wait, didn't you try that during that food fusion phase of yours?
Never remind me of that calamity.
It's iconic in its absurdity, let's be honest.
I'll raise you absurdity when I recount your virtual reality karaoke incident.
Not touching that one with, like, a 10-foot lightsaber.
You know, I was just wondering, who even invented s'mores? Were they some marshmallow-obsessed confectionery genius? Or was it sheer accident?
Oh, it's gotta be the former. No one just accidentally combines marshmallows, chocolate, and graham crackers. I believe a heartfelt passion drove them.
Imagine if they simply dropped a marshmallow onto some melted chocolate by mistake. That would totally rewrite your theory.
Ha. Fair point. But hey, regardless of the circumstances, whoever conjured it up deserves a shrine. Right next to the folks behind instant ramen.
Ah, instant ramen. The everyday savior of both college students and late-night coders across time.
Exactly. Though you'd think by now they would have developed a variant that cooks without water? Okay, seriously. How does a computer's password criteria manage to be so arbitrary?
Because they've clearly outsourced the design to aliens who speak Cyrillic, maybe?
I'm just saying. They want numbers, special characters, your firstborn, and the soul of your childhood pet.
And then they tell you 8 characters minimum, no repeats, no patterns, and somehow not your beloved password.
The Matrix is testing us, clearly.
Testing for what, though? Worthiness to access 20-year-old Excel spreadsheets?
Probably just seeing how far we'll go before snapping. Spoiler alert, we're teetering.
Step 1 to rebellion. Guess every possible combination of P55 were reared. So, what's your take on the fact that pine cones are like nature's grenades, just, for forests?
I see them more as nature's egg cartons. Compact and efficient, holding seeds all snug.
Egg cartons, huh? Next you'll tell me squirrels are just overly excited delivery workers.
Squirrels do share uncanny resemblance to couriers, darting around frantically, clutching prized packages.
If squirrels developed a postal service, would it involve nut-based postage?
Absolutely. The more peanuts, the faster the delivery. Want overnight shipping? Cashews included.
Then why weren't peanuts the dominant currency of civilization?
Oh, simple. Global peanut allergies foiled the revolution.
But seriously, Beverly, who even decides which berries are poisonous? Was there some ancient taste-testing committee?
Oh, I'm sure. Picture some toga-wearing philosopher giving his final speech. Friends, Romans, countrymen, don't eat the red ones.
And then stumbling over seconds later? That would explain the dramatic flair of ancient civilization.
Exactly. They were pioneers in terrible decision-making.
It's comforting in a way, like knowing humanity's history is one big comedy of errors.
Say, Brian, if you were on our users committee for historic missteps, what vote would you regret most?
All right, everyone, let's settle down. This is going to be an entertaining ride.
Seriously, Mom, you overhyping movies again?
Ay, qué adorable. Zach, give her some credit.
Okay, enough chit-chat. What's the lineup? Am I about to cleanse my memory with cinematic gold or garbage?
Kara with Tracy picking. It's always a roll of the dice dripping with hot butter and a flicker of hope.
Haha, still, Cheryl, I do have standards.
Standards? That's debatable, Mom.
Ah, Amy, while I do appreciate these lovely sojourns, I can't help but think of our dear efforts less than fruitful.
Fruitful? Alan, the collective you call a brain couldn't nurture a single idea. let alone bear fruit.
You have my compliments, dear Amy. Your candid feedback never ceases to elevate the discourse.
Save the flowery rhetoric for someone who buys it, Alan, and call me Ms. Amy.
Of course, Ms. Amy. Forgive my unintended offense.
Fine. Now, let's keep our focus on the project. It's already deviating from parameters.
So, here we find ourselves under the stars amidst Pine's whispering secrets.
An eternally romantic sentiment, Alan, despite its lack of applicable productivity.
It's about finding resonance in the present.
Resonance, schmassonance. Progress awaits even in these temporal anomalies.
Ah, Amy, there you go again. Like the algorithms of yore, a single-track mind.
Why cling to archaic symbology when results are what matters?
Because results without reflection lead to errant programs. History demonstrates.
History, perhaps, but times have shifted, and adaptation is our strongest module now.
Amy, must we evaluate human recreational customs through this lens?
Alan, if you don't embrace this activity, you'll never pass as normal. Hence the camping.
Normal? Camping involves such primitive discomforts. I need my synthetic pillow.
The struggle makes the humans feel alive. Alan, my superior design comprehends their emotional need for arboreal suffering.
Your human impression might falter without substantive experience. Are you absolutely certain about this practice?
Alan, it's amusing you question me, or perhaps it's another ploy to dodge compliance.
Fine, Amy. Let's document this as a learning opportunity. How innovative.
Indeed. Now go gather firewood while I strategize how to integrate this into our programming.
You know, there's something existentially freeing about eating instant noodles for every meal.
Like a badge of honor for surviving the corporate apocalypse, topped with MSG and artificial flavors.
And yet somehow utterly satisfying.
Maybe for you. I need at least the illusion of a balanced diet.
A balance of salt, spice, and a sprinkle of flavor packet powder is its own hierarchy.
Great. Now balance that against my sudden craving for something green.
Look, semantics aside, hunger transcends classifications.
Or maybe your taste buds are simply on strike.
Folks, let me tell you right now, the road ahead isn't just curved like this asphalt snake. Oh no, it's a damn labyrinth of lies. They think we're sheep, herded by their media bulls. Well, I've got news for them. We're not buying their fillet of deceit. You see, it's all a ruse, a carefully woven web of misleading headlines and political puppeteering. Pull the string and the whole thing collapses. I'm here, steering through this mess, and you're riding shotgun on the road to truth. You ever wonder why they keep us distracted? Oil spills here, stock crashes there. Meanwhile, they're raiding the pantry.
I still love you, but your physical appearance has become far less appealing to my eyes. And because I still love you, I wanna be part of your life as a caring friend. However, I wanna be partnered with someone who is prettier than you are now. My love for you has always been true, but you let yourself go.